Hey guys, welcome back to The Witcher 3 Hearts of Stone DLC. And let's be continuing where we left off last time. If you guys expected me to put out another video of this like a few days ago, I do apologize. I just kind of wanted to wait a little bit. I wanted to see how the first video did and stuff before starting up another one and everything. And I kind of wasn't in the mood for it, I guess.
There! Another example of Redanian order.
Curious place for a conversation about art.
Anywhere is good for that. It's simply a matter of summoning inspiration. Vodka, for example, is a great aid.
Care to drink with us? To poetry?
Why not? I am a bit thirsty.
And when a man is thirsty, melancholy strangles his soul. Pour, Gascoigne!
Gentlemen, I am soused, pickled, crocked, and stewed.
Want another term for your state?
Don't be vulgar. What will our new friend think? Pour another.
Fine. Last round for me, though.
Let me turn up a little bit. Excuse me.
Vodka's gone, as are the troubadours. And my things. Damn it.
You know, I should have figured something like this would happen. Novigrad Hospital. Ah, here's our footprints.
Footprints. Fresh.
Let's follow the prints. So, I kind of wanted to. If I. Oh, crap. Excuse me. But I kind of wanted to talk about something in this video, and if I end up going on a rant, I don't mean to. It's just something that really bothers me. But, and I'll try not to talk while they're talking in the story. Little Red. Oh, god damn it, that's not what I wanted. Oh, okay.
Know what rhymes with wicked witcher? My things, before I turn you into mincemeat.
Must be a slant, right?
Shut your trap and give it back.
So then, we are square. Even good, yes?
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Get out of here before I change my mind.
Of course, Master Witcher. They're off. 1, 2, gone already.
Fucking bastards.
Is there a land where I might business?
That was like the worst quest of all time. Like, I didn't get shit for that. Not only that, but it was like so short and just like kind of pointless, honestly. I didn't feel anything special from that quest, or get anything special for that matter. But well, let me see where I'm supposed to be going and how far away I am from it. Right here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. You know what? I'll explore this stuff on my own time. What? Cannot fat. Oh, damn it. Fuck, what was I saying? But the thing that I wanted to talk about is something that I feel is really annoying, and any real gamer would be annoyed by it as well. There's a lot of people out there that seem to like to call themselves true or real gamers, or even hardcore gamers, who only play like sports games, fighting games to an extent, like multiplayer based games, and by that I mean games like Fortnite and well, I mean there's a lot of them, but wait a minute, I'm sorry, I kind of lost track of what I was doing, but and let me just say, as a true gamer at heart, someone who loves and is very passionate about gaming, that... Wait, what the fuck happened? What the fuck was that? Dude, what? What the hell? I don't understand. What the fucking hell, dude? Failed. Little Red. Defeat. Wait, what? Defeat the villagers? Is that what? Wait, is that what that says? Oh, Oh. Oh, shit. My bad. God damn it. I completely forgot that I was doing that. My cat needs to shut up. And I'm not like being mean to him or anything, guys. I fucking love my cat to death, but he's just bitching at me because I'm not out there giving him attention. And obviously I can't do that right now. But for his sake, I'm gonna try to make this video a lot shorter than it was last time. But if you want to call yourself a true gamer, and a real gamer, or especially a hardcore gamer, you can call yourself a casual gamer, yeah, that's fine, you know. But if all that you play is fucking like Injustice and Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto and fucking like games like that, you know, like mainstream games, like really mainstream games. I'm not saying games that are just, you know, popular and everything. That's fine. No, that's perfectly fine. And honestly, you know, I'm not saying that these aren't good games and that they're not fun or anything. Hold on. Oh, yeah.
Well, look who's here. The Witcher with a stick up his ass. What's new? Got a growth on your platter there. You catch some kind of a fiery pox?
Could say so. Manor's burning. You noticed?
That? All right. You know how it is. Feast drags on with plenty of dancing, merrymaking, rough play. We got a bit carried away, truth be told.
Plain to see. Where's Olgierd?
Damned if I know. Must be somewhere hereabouts.
No! Please! I beg you!
Shut your trap!
Let me go! Leave me be!
Shut it!
I ate with yous! Drank with yous! Fought beside yous! And you kill me now? I'm one of yous!
You might have been, but not no more you ain't.
What's he guilty of?
What the fuck's it to you? Not your concern, mate.
Well, I mean, I can't just let someone who's possibly innocent die.
nerves a little raw? Why?
You deaf! Get the fuck out of here, freak!
All I want is to know what exactly is going on here.
Well, you're not gonna know. Sod off.
I'll leave as soon as you tell me.
Aren't you a thorny prick up the arse? Ataman said to kill him!
Got your answer. Happy? Now piss off. We've work to do.
I'm sorry, guys. I read out loud to myself sometimes. I apologize if that annoys you.
Wait. I know Olgierd wants him dead. Still don't know why, though.
Just what the fuck is into you, anyhow?
Nothing really. Just curious.
Cocksucker violated our chivalric code. Just one penalty for that. Death.
What code is that
What
exactly?
is this row? Are you not done with it? My ears wither from the screams.
Fuck.
Ah, Geralt. As you've returned, might I assume you've cleared the sewers? Or have you not been there?
You killed my father!
Not I.
You lie! Whoreson!
That man killed him. Alone. Unbeknownst to me. Out of fury, for your father refused us hospitality. For this willful violation of the chivalry code, he was summarily executed himself. Anything else I might do for you? Take her away.
Doesn't even hurt.
Now, where were we?
Really necessary, that whole show?
Ah, show? Come now. A man must display some madness from time to time. Helps him feel alive. Dare say you know what I mean. Judging by the mark on your face.
Oh my god, that fucking cat. Before I lose my train of thought and everything. But like I was saying, I'm not saying that these games are not are not good games or that they're not fun or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if those games are all that you play, however good that you might be at those games, you're not a true gamer. You're not a real gamer, and you're definitely not a hardcore gamer. You could be #1 in the world in Fortnite or whatever. That doesn't make you a hardcore gamer at all. No, I'm sorry. And like I was saying, you know, multiplayer games are becoming extremely big and extremely annoying. Especially to most, you know, most people like me, like that, you know, consider themselves a real gamer, not just a casual gamer, but we do this re-game for many reasons, but the biggest one of all is just because we simply, excuse me, I'm sorry, is because we simply love gaming more than most other things. Most other things, okay? Not everything. Don't get confused by that. Because I know some people will be like, oh, well, you love it more than your family or something? No. Don't get that messed up. But, and it's really annoying whenever all I hear about and all I see is these really mainstream games, and you know, even some of my friends, you know, I'll admit it, you know, even some of my friends are like this. I'll talk to them about these other games that I've played and that many other people have played, and they're very awesome games and they're very popular. But you know, I mentioned these games, you know, such as, you know, Metal Gear Solid, BioShock, Castlevania, you know, like there's so many of these games that I can mention, but you know, I mentioned these, and honestly, most of them are single player games, which isn't really a coincidence. It's just kind of sad because single player games aren't as popular as they used to be, and like that kind of brings me to another thing, like I'm sure most of you know that Call of Duty and Battlefield, I'm using these as, you know, main arguments, are very, 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 very popular, mainly because of their multiplayer. And I do like their multiplayer. I like it a lot. It's, you know, it's very fun for the most part. Am I good at it? Kind of, yeah. I mean, I can be, you know. I'm usually just casually playing, you know. I don't, but I see no point in being competitive, because all it does is, because there's always going to be that one other person that's going to be better than you, at least one other person, and that's where things get annoying and you start getting angry and stuff like that. And you know, of course, you probably never beat this person or even meet him. So like you're getting outraged and all this stuff for ultimately no reason. But anyway, Call of Duty and Battlefield as examples of mini games that have, you know, pretty good multiplayer for the most part, and you know, are really fun for most people, are usually and sadly only bought for their multiplayer. Like most people won't even look at the campaign that they offer, which usually is actually pretty good, you know, like it's actually a pretty good campaign for a first-person shooter and stuff. It's actually pretty decent. I mean, look at the Modern Warfare series. Look at World at War. Look at even World War II has a pretty good campaign. Advanced Warfare. I know most people will disagree with me on that one, but it's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. So if you disagree, that's fine. You know, I can understand why. And then with Battlefield, I mean, Battlefield 3 had a good campaign, Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2, Battlefield 4 even, Battlefield 1 especially, you know, although, you know, I kind of wish they would have made Battlefield 1's campaign a little bit different, but, you know, they went in a different direction, and that's kind of good, although they could have extended it a little bit. But, you know, they all have these, you know, at least worth playing through campaigns, and most people don't even bother with it. And it, you know, for a person like me, it's kind of sad, you know, because I really enjoy these, and being the fact that most people don't even bother to play them, it makes me worry that, you know, eventually maybe they won't even include the campaign anymore. It'll just be multiplayer, and that'll be really, really disappointing, and then I would just completely stop playing those games altogether. I've almost stopped playing them altogether before, but I didn't, and But anyway, you know, single player games are really, they don't, I don't know, like, a good game to me has not any single quality of a game can make it amazing, like make it a really great game. Story, honestly, yeah, okay, that's an exception, but that's a good exception that most people don't really look at anymore. Kind of like at least it seems that way, you know, like most of the gaming community is full of people that only play multiplayer games and don't even care about the story. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like and then you have games like Wolfenstein and, well, yeah, Wolfenstein. I was gonna say Doom as well, but Fallout would be better. Yeah, Doom and God, I'm sorry, Wolfenstein and Fallout are perfect examples of first-person shooter games, which is a big genre where, you know, most people focus on the multiplayer instead of the campaign or, you know, story, whatever. But those are two games that are solely single player, solely, you know, story driven. You know, of course they have awesome action and everything as well, but that have always managed to make the statement that a good single player first person shooter mainly, but for a good single player game does not need to have a tacked on multiplayer, or, you know, even a good multiplayer to be successful. I mean, Wolfenstein 2 is looked at by many as, you know, one of the best games of 2017, and I would agree with that. One of, not the best, but one of the best, yes. And I know Fallout 4 got a bunch of Game of the Year awards whenever it released, 2015, I believe. And, you know, again, like I said, you know, I'm not saying that these games aren't good or anything, but if all that you play is sports games, especially sports games, and solely multiplayer games, and, you know, Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that, then please don't call yourself a real, true, or hardcore gamer. Because, I'm sorry, but you're not. You're just not. No matter how good you are at the game, you're not. Okay? Like, and part of the reason why I'm playing The Witcher for this video, because I mean, I was going to play something else, but I probably wouldn't. Anyway, because The Witcher is the perfect example of a single player only amazing game. Amazing. Absolutely amazing game. It's got, and like I was saying earlier, no game, there is no quality of a game besides the story that can make a single game great. Now, granted, most games, well, maybe not most, but a lot of games that have great stories do have other great qualities along with it. I mean, look at the Final Fantasy series, or look at The Witcher, look at Metal Gear Solid. You know, there's so many. But The Witcher, for example, out of many games that have all these qualities, has amazing graphics, amazing, you know, fantastic story, awesome soundtrack, fuck, what am I say? You know, solid gameplay, and there's hardly any bugs or glitches or anything that I know of that really messes with this game. Like, whenever I installed it, it took literally a few seconds And that's because there's really no updates for this. Like, there's no need for any updates for this, because they did such a good job with it that they didn't really need to update it at all. And that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. You know, like when a game is that good, then you know that you did a fucking awesome job with it. But I feel like a lot of people who do game they overlook the story mode and the single player games, and they're missing out on so many great games and great things. And I understand, you know, like, you may not have time or the money to play a lot of these games and whatnot. And I really understand that, I do. But if you didn't put so much time and money and whatnot into all these other games that you play, that, you know, take you away from experiencing games like this, then you could experience this and, you know, really realize what it is to play such an amazing game. I do have to apologize. I know that went on for a while and I didn't really mean it. I didn't really mean for it to. It's just something that really bothers me as a gamer, and it's really annoying, you know. I'm sorry.
You're immortal?
Depends on your understanding of the term. Indeed, I cannot be killed. But it's not at all what folk imagine. Not dying does not mean eternally living your life to the full.
So it's a curse?
A curse? No, wouldn't call it that. I'll put it this way. You must be careful what you wish for, lest your wish be granted. For there are consequences.
Not sure I follow.
You know very little can hurt you. So you take wild risks. Chase extreme sensations. There comes a point you've done it all. It all seems boring and monotonous. The trick's to plough through that moment. Go further. Reach beyond what's known as possible.
Go beyond what's known as possible. That's actually really good. Means to go beyond what you think is possible. Expand your mind and your own ability, and find the truth of what's possible and what is real, and the truth about, you know, many things. But that's not really what he was talking about, but, you know.
You know what this is?
I cannot be certain, but I've my suspicions. That's a dangerous man you've chosen to deal with, Witcher.
Killed the beast in the sewers.
Congratulations are in order then. Your reward. You're also welcome to take what you wish from the manor house. If anyone's left uncharred, that is. Was it a tough fight?
I sliced its gut open, and it turned into a man. You know that would happen?
Of course he did. He'd never have dragged you into this elsewise.
Gauntero did. Come to cast aspersions?
No. I've come to collect a debt.
You know you first must...
Grant you 3 requests, by proxy. I present to you my champion, Geralt of Rivia.
That true? You know the Toad was a cursed prince?
He didn't just know. He brought about the curse himself. Did he not mention that bit?
Well then, allow me to tell it. Quite the gripping story. Olgierd once loved a beautiful maiden named Iris. Yet, her parents chose to offer her hand to the Crown Prince of Ophir. Olgierd grew to hate the poor sot. At first, he wished to kill him. Then decided this would be too simple. So, instead, he condemned the prince to a base life in a toad's bloated corpus. Yet he grew bored of watching him suffer and decided to end it. By your hand.
Remind me, Odin. Who was to fulfill my last 3 requests?
My assistant, Geralt.
Then be gone. I don't wish to look at your face any longer than I must. Come.
Where to?
The stables. My men are preparing to depart.
This thing between you and Master Mirror, your quarrel. Really rather not get involved.
You already are, I fear. He did something for you. Now you've a debt to repay. Am I right?
Yes.
Well, then you'll not free yourself of him until you've paid it back. But never worry. I shall devise tasks so impossible you will never complete them. Not if you go mad trying. But try your best, and your debt shall be absolved. While I shall live in peace until Master Mirror finds another aide-de-camp.
What he said about the prince, that true? You turn him into a toad?
Perhaps. Or perhaps the Aetheri Dauphin ate something that disagreed with him. You never know with their cuisine.
Never heard of food that turns men into monsters.
Then perhaps it was something he drank. I cast the curse. Revenge for a deep disappointment. I was another man then. Let rage get the better of me and hollered the words without ever thinking they could possibly come true.
Could have told me the truth about the toad, having a bit of fun at my expense.
I simply wanted the beast dead. I could not know you would respond to the notice. Pure coincidence. Yeah, I must admit, when you, a witcher, answered the call, I thought it right. It's what you lot are trained to do.
Might have been able to lift the curse.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Then again, why bother?
He was a human being.
That bloody Aetheri mutt was no human. His kind does not deserve to live.
What's the point of them? Excuse me. What was the point of them, you know, like kneeling under the horse? Like that, like, what the fuck are they doing?
Guess I gotta pop the question directly. What do I need to do for you?
Let me think. We're currently without a roof over our heads. Perhaps we should start with that. Bring me the house of Maximilian Borsodi.
His house?
So surprised. But why? I must live somewhere, mustn't I? What's the meaning of this? Second leave of your senses? You mean to mount a filthy horse? Out of my sight, wretch! Know what Vladimir would do to you if he saw?
Aye. Vladimir.
My brother. There were times he himself stank like foot wrappings 3 days old. But his mount always looked fit for a parade. Oh, none rival Vladimir at feasting, carousing. Sadly, he's been celebrating less of late. You must find him, and show him the time of his life. My second request.
Fine, seems easy enough. And the third?
Complete those 2. Then, we shall speak of the third.
Any hints? Where I should go, how I might start?
You must be mad. I've no intention to make things easier for you.
Once I'm done with those 2, where will I find you?
I cannot know, as my band has planned some diversions. But let us say at the Alchemy Inn, in Oxenfurt.
Fine. See you there.
Well.
The brother shouldn't be too hard. But the house? How am I supposed to bring him a house?
Actually, the opposite. I wouldn't worry about the house. The brother will be the tough bit.
You waited for me. Nice of you.
I could hardly abandon my proxy to the whims of fate.
Thought I have to fulfill Olgierd's wishes myself.
So states the contract. Yet, nowhere does it forbid me from providing help. And something tells me you'll need quite a bit to complete the first 2 tasks.
Sure.
Olgierd's brother. Why do you think he'll be tough?
I'm afraid he's dead. Has been for years.
Never agreed to necromancy.
Necromancy is hardly your only option for reviving a soul. An old-fashioned ritual, a blood summoning. That's what you need.
That's like choosing between pestilence and the plague. Besides, I need the blood of the summoned.
Blood. True. Of the summoned, not necessarily. Here.
Where do you get this?
Geralt, aren't you the curious one? Assume it to be Von Everett blood and get on with it.
Where'll I find this Vladimir?
Geralt, I cannot do everything for you. Use your head. The Von Evericks are well known in these parts. You must have met someone who's heard of the family. The charming redhead, for instance. The medic. You know the one.
Borsodi's house. No idea how I'm supposed to bring in that.
The only Borsodi I know of around here runs an auction house in Oxenfurt.
Heard of it. My swords almost got auctioned off there once. Auction was held in Novigrad, though it was a while past.
They must have relocated. You just might get an opportunity to ask them why.
Fine, I'll go there. Then what?
How should I know? Perhaps you'll get inspired once you're there. Oh, and take plenty of coin. Have a feeling it could come in handy.
Alright.
Guess it's high time I got to work.
A bit more enthusiasm, Witcher. You know, you just might enjoy yourself.
Yay, can't wait. Say I need help. Where'll I find you?
I shall find you.
Of course.
Good luck, Geralt.
Okay then. Let's see where I need to go. Way the fuck over there. Yep. Okay. Where's my nearest fast travel? Right in front of me. Oh. Sorry I'm not being very talkative right now, guys. I just don't really know what to say.
Choked to death on 3
Fuck out of my way, dude. I think one of them told me to choke to death. I'd like to see him try. Yeah.
Enjoy living, freak, while you can.
Dude, what the shit, man? Like, that's kind of an issue with this game. Like, sometimes they'll have an objective like this, but whenever you go to it, like, there's no fucking way to get in. Or like, you have to go all the way around the building just to do that. It's like, dude. Like, the real issue is that, well, at least sometimes I'm not really, excuse me, sometimes not really paying attention, but it seems as though the dots lead there.
I've tested the slime samples. I believe I'll be able to brew an antidote.
Good. A pox in an army can prove more ravaging than even their fiercest foe. Your service will be recognized.
How? Will I get a toad-shaped medal?
The army's not got any medal like that.
Geralt? Are you alright? What's that on your face?
Long story.
We're conducting important business. Yous can catch up later.
Yes. Right. I'll get to work on the antidote. Shouldn't take long.
Tasty number, that medic. Not like a scholar at all.
What the fuck?
So, think learned women are ugly as a rule?
Well, it's lucky they're brains, because they've not got beauty. Is that right, lads? Oh, aye. Mutts, all of them.
Hideous things. Wouldn't touch one with a 10L pole.
But this lass is different. Exceptional.
You're a lucky bastard, Witcher. We've seen her making eyes at you. Not like she looks at us. Isn't that right? Admit it. You fancy it too, eh?
See, this is a huge problem in today's society. Men like this. I fucking hate guys like this. It's so annoying having to, and I didn't really complete that sentence, but it's annoying, you know, having to deal with guys like this. And I'm not gay. No. If that's what you're thinking, you're wrong. No, the reason I say that is because they're not only a problem and an annoyance for women, but they are also a problem and annoyance for men as well. Not the same way necessarily, but just the kind of person that they are. And, you know, guys like this is kind of a huge problem that you might notice that so many women out there, like, they'll say, like, oh yeah, I hate men, or I'm done with men, or, you know, something of that sort. And this is why. This right here is why. And he said that, you know, that he noticed her making eyes, or, you know, whatever, at Geralt. And that's because Geralt, for the most part, is pretty much the exact opposite of these guys. Like, he's a gentleman. He's smart. You know, he's sophisticated for the most kind of. Well, you know, whatever. But, you know, he's not like these guys. He's not a jerk. He's not an asshole. He's not disrespectful. He's not rude. You know, he's generally nice. He's a good person. You know, like, he's a good guy. And that is why him. And what's really bad is that, unfortunately, and for some odd reason, I never understand it, you know, a lot of girls or a lot of women really seem to like the opposite of Geralt, or, you know, like the more like douchebag guys or whatever. And I'm always wondering, like, why exactly? Like, they treat you like shit. Like, have you not learned that by now? Do you not understand this? And it's almost as if sometimes they don't even realize that they're such douchebags and pieces of crap. Like, it's like they have no idea at all sometimes. I'm just like, what? Like, how can you not tell? Like, I can tell just by looking at them. Like, god damn it. But, another thing about this is, what was I saying? Ah, damn it, I forgot. I'll remember later, I guess. But, yeah, you get my point.
Sorry, none of your business.
Come on. There's some kind of secret. You embarrassed? She's quite fetching, and you're, well, none too handsome, but a witcher. Lasses like your type. Come now, fess up. You fancy her or not?
Again, I'm not getting anything, but I think Geralt's better looking than the other guy. Oh, you're not, like, you know, best looking. He's like, you are? Exactly? Like, what? Let's see.
It'd take a blind man to shrug and turn away.
Too true.
True.
Meantime, you witches have got especially sharp senses.
Here's the medicine. It's a strong solution, so careful with the dosage. Each patient gets exactly 2 drops after meals, 3 times a day. At the most, in 3-4 days, the infection should recede.
I thank you, in Redania's glorious name.
Serving the Redanian cause now?
I serve individuals. I treat them. That they're Redanians is coincidental. I'd help Nilfgaardians as well were I in a position to. Kaedwenis, Edirnian, elves, dwarves, halflings, the same. Come on, Geralt. You know me.
That's very, very good. That's a strong message that she just talked about. And it's something that we need to understand in today's world, or, you know, throughout the world, well, throughout most of history. We all need help, and we all need to help each other. We should not look at each other as in groups, as in, you know, that, and by groups I mean by race, I mean by religion, culture, anything that sets you apart from others. Because whenever you do that, you are stereotyping and generalizing that group of people. Because whatever you say about that group of people, it, although you may not mean it in this way, but it is, damn it, I'm trying to think of the right word. It makes the impression that that is how you feel or view the whole group of people. You know, the whole group of people that belong to that group. Maybe that's not the best way to word it, but you shouldn't do that, because no matter what religion, no matter what group or anything, and honestly, I'm not religious. I am far from religious or anything like that. But not every person in any group of people is bad. Most of them could be, could. I'm not saying that they are or anything. I'm saying that it is possible that they are all bad people, maybe even evil. I shouldn't have said all, but most. But not all of them are. Not every single one. There are some good people that are in, I guess you could say, bad groups, are generally looked at as bad groups, and that is a mistake, because the individuals themselves are bad and or good, you know. It's not the group, it's the individuals. Everyone is their own person, and everyone is different.
Aside from the incident in the sewers, we last saw each other. Must have been in Vizima.
Yes. When it was ravaged by the Cetriona.
Feels like a century ago. Where have you been? What have you been doing since?
Well, I left Vizima and returned to Oxenfurt. Proceeded to finish my doctorate, and then opened a practice. Shortly thereafter, war broke out, and I was press-ganged into the Redanian Medical Corps.
So what now? Radovid's dead.
But the war's not over yet. The chaos continues. I'm still very much needed. Though I can't complain. At least I live at home now, and I treat the ill, as is my calling. Though I must always be ready, for at any time the Redanians might knock with some painfully urgent assignment.
Shani, I need your help this time.
I'd guess this wasn't a social call. All right. Tell me what you need. Is it at all related to that mark on your face? Ah, and you must tell me what happened in the sewers.
Long story. Waste of words.
Where do I start? Alright. Monster in the sewers turned out to be a giant toad. And this toad was actually a prince. An Ophiri one at that.
And I'm a Kaviri Duchess.
It's the truth. Uncolored, I swear. When I killed the toad, some Ophiri soldiers led by a mage showed up, captured me. Man named Gontaro Dim freed me.
Who's this?
Frankly, I don't really know. He helped me out of a bind, and now he expects me to fulfill some nobleman's wishes in return. First one's to summon the ghost of his brother, then show him the time of his life.
Amuse a ghost? How do you intend to do that?
Not my chief concern at the moment. Gotta find his grave and summon him first, then we'll see.
But that's necromancy. It's extraordinarily risky and involves higher magic.
O'Dim told me how to do it. No sorceress or necromancy involved. Gave me this. Concoction that summons ghosts. I'll need a censer, too.
No, that can be arranged. They keep one in a storehouse at the Academy. I can fetch it for you.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. But I still don't like this.
Neither do I, but I don't really have any options. Gotta summon that ghost.
I understand. Whose ghost is it?
Olgierd von Everek's brother.
Von Everek? In my third year at Oxenfoot, we had to choose an elective. My options were Pearls of Wisdom from the Hierarchs, or famous Redanian dynasties. I chose the latter. Here it is. Von Igrid, Von Estiken, Von Everett. It says Olgierd had a brother named Vladimir. He lies in the family crypt near their manor.
Thanks. Knew I could count on you. I'm off.
The crypt's described as quite a work of art. I'd love to see it. Why don't I bring the sensor? We can meet at the entrance.
So quick to put herself in danger. Yeah, guys, I might be really rusty in combat again. I haven't played as much since the last video. I've been playing Dark Souls a lot, so that doesn't help. You might think it would, but since the controls are different, not really. Way up here. Shit. It's not even the... What? Damn. Need to find a... No, actually. Let's just do this. Oh, really? What if I get in your way? What? Oh, what? You're not gonna do anything? I thought so, you fucker. These guys are so annoying. Alright. To end the connection. Ah, shit. Well, guys, looks like I'm gonna have to cut the video a little bit shorter than I planned to. Well, actually, I didn't plan to go this long. But I did plan to do a little bit more at least. But, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, god damn it. Until then, just keep being yourself, and then be good to others. Keep the peace.